What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
How are you doing? How's it going? How's life?
Life is good. I'm trying to be positive.
Yes.
Life is going. Just getting back settled in Portland after a little short stint back home, which was very nice and needed. How about you?
Good. I'm also being positive. No, everything's good. Everything feels good. Busy, but good nonetheless. And I like it busy. It's been hot. It's been extremely hot here the last couple of weeks. Like full on heat wave, drought.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
like all the moisture has been in the air, but has not come out of the clouds. So it's been overwhelmingly hot. But luckily over the last couple of days, we finally got some rain, and then it's cooler. Like it's been, the real feel is like 110. I'm like, who's doing that? It's been like 98, but the real feel 110 with the humidity. So we're finally back in the 80s, which it feels perfect now. How's the weather in Portland? Like, does it still
It's
rain a
hot.
lot in the summer?
No, it hasn't been raining. I think we're going through like a bit of a heat wave ourselves.
Y'all get sun in the summer?
Yeah, it's sunny, clear.
Oh,
I can
nice.
see the mountain.
I just be thinking like it's
You know.
like Seattle and always London and always just overcast.
Nah, not at least for the 3 months of summer. No, it's nice and sunny, 90 something degrees,
Okay.
the whole nine.
You said 3 months of summer?
Yeah, like June, July, August, and then it's a wrap.
Have you been to the beach? Well, I'm sure like the beach
Out here?
doesn't translate to the beach
coast?
for you out there. Yeah, the coast.
The coast. No, not since summer started, but probably next weekend. Monet's coming to visit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's my
should be
party
fun.
trick. When people come, like, you gotta go to the coast. You gotta go to the
Yes.
venue. I do like the same 3-4 things.
Yeah.
So
Does she well, I guess that doesn't make sense. Let's say, does she travel with her dog?
mm-mm.
Got it.
No. Sunny.
There was something else I was gonna ask. It'll come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we got a couple of things, literally a couple of things on the
Yeah,
agenda
we got a
today.
short list. It's funny too, because I was like, well, why is the list so short this week? Because like it was the same gap of time between our last 2 episodes, and like looking at like 10 things to talk about on the last episode versus what we have this week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, were we just not, nothing felt that important. Nothing really moved us.
I think
I don't know.
I think it's a couple of things. I feel like nothing really moved us, and then it wasn't much that actually happened. I feel like these next couple of weeks we might get a bit more. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think we have to. With the Olympics coming up, someone's got to, we will talk about the Olympics a little bit today, but there's got to be more. There has to be.
Yeah, there will be. All right, so let's jump into Above the Fold for this week. But before we get into our first official topic, I'm always going to rep Serena Williams, and I just have to give her a huge shout out for hosting the ESPYs. I got my life because I'm a stan, 1. And 2, I think she did a really, really good job. 3, her looks were on. So all y'all that have been having something to say about her looks, she has officially
You could just say my
silenced the
name.
lambs.
You could just say Janelle, because I have been
She
critical of the
has
looks.
Said, okay, heard y'all. My team, y'all need to take notes and apply them accordingly. And for that, they say feedback is a gift. So I feel like she really took it and was like, okay, got you.
And could you imagine if she came out hosting the ESPYs looking in some of the looks that she has been featured in as of late? That wasn't going to fly. So I'm glad that she and her team stepped it up for the ESPYs, as they should have, or she got a new team, whatever she did, because I was a little nervous. I was sitting there biting my nails like, uh-oh, here goes nothing.
Yeah. All yeah to that. And then also, I've been watching her docu series, Serena, or In the Arena, Serena Williams, on ESPN Plus. But it's also airing on ESPN. It's an 8-part docu series, and it's really good. Like, it's really, really good. Like, she tells some of the backstory of some of the matches and biggest moments in her career that otherwise, you wouldn't have insight into. So it's really cool to hear it from that perspective of like what she said at the net or how she was feeling, things of that sort. So if you have a chance, check it out.
We'll definitely check it out. I don't know who's ESPN Plus login. I'm still, because I got you. I can't subscribe to everybody's Plus.
I know.
But
I only got it because I needed to watch, I think, Wimbledon. Yeah, so they got me.
But yeah, we'll definitely be tuning into that.
All right, cool. Let's hop in.
All right, so mentioned a little bit that we will be talking about the Olympics. So we are heading into the Olympics in a few short weeks, if that. Yes. Another week maybe before the opening ceremony. So
I don't think I've ever been as excited for the Olympics as I am this year, and I don't know why I'm so excited.
Really? I don't know. I'm excited, but I feel like I've been more excited in previous years. I just haven't. True. I think I've just been too busy to like really understand like the scope and scale of like the activity that is about to happen.
Got you. Yeah.
So I watched like, of course, the track and field trials and kind of keeping up with like what's going on with the men's basketball team and a little bit of gymnastics, but I haven't really really tapped in.
Yeah.
But we are, of course, starting to see more advertising around the Olympics, and have two things to talk about today. The first one, though, kind of launched, what was that, yesterday or either Thursday or yesterday, and then I started seeing it everywhere, and that was the Nike anthem for their new line is "Winning Isn't for Everyone," but I think the spot itself is called like "Am I a Bad Person?"
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I'm seeing two different like I was calling it taglines, so I wasn't sure.
I think I described
dual
that
or if
correctly.
it's the same. Okay.
No, I think the spot is just called "Am I a Bad Person?" but the line itself is "Winning isn't for everyone." And it's definitely like a change in messaging from Nike, and I think like from what we've generally seen as of late, right? So in the spot, they basically have all these world-class athletes, some huge names, some names you may not know of, some just people across all sports, talking about their love for winning, their push to win, and does that make them a bad person because of their confidence and how hard they work and how much they want to beat you.
Yep.
And it was definitely like a goosebump inducing spot for sure. Yeah, and I think that just lately, and this is just one of the stereotypes of like Gen Z, is like everybody wants to get along and like no bullying and participation trophies and winning isn't everything. Like that has, like how many brands have you seen pushing that tag? Like winning isn't everything.
Yeah.
It's as long as you tried, as long as you made an attempt. So I liked, this was a refreshing push in the opposite direction, where it's like, no, for some people, winning is everything. And that's fine if it's not for you, because it's not for everybody. Mm-hmm. But for LeBron James and for Kobe and for Serena and for, Asia Wilson and, whoever else is in the spot, Sha'Carri Richardson, it's for me. It's everything.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the spot for that very reason as well. Shout out to Ray Love Jr. He had hit me. He's based in LA, and he's showed me or sent a couple of pictures of billboards and it was like winning isn't for everyone. And I think the ones he saw had Kobe Bryant, like Kobe's. And so I don't think full context was out. I don't think like the social spot or the spot had dropped yet. So it was just kind of like, there's this weird message coming out of Nike, and I don't know what it is, but it might be interesting. Then literally like hours later, stuff on Twitter X started to pop out. But when I was watching the spot, like I did have that goosebump reaction, because it is centered around the Olympics and athletes, obviously, in their winning mindset. When you think about these top performing athletes, they not built like your regular everyday person. And like it's saying like, am I a bad person because I go out there and I show no mercy? I have no empathy for you. Like I want to destroy you. Does that make me bad because I want to win and obliterate you? And when you think about the people or the athletes that you love, LeBron James, Kobe, Serena, Sha'Carri, Asia Wilson, like that winning mindset is there. And like I feel like the spot really showcased that. And those, I forget how you positioned it, but the tagline or the spot name, am I a bad person for feeling this way or for how I go about? But that's the mindset and the tenacity these athletes have to have. So I
especially
really
heading
that.
into the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to the Olympics to just link arms and be like, oh, you know, just happy to be here. Like,
I mean,
you know,
there
like,
are some athletes that go there
for sure. But those are not
those
the ones
are
that are in this spot.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I had saw an interview with Noah Lyles, and they were talking about, this is a sidebar, something about like there's this, I could be misquoting this, but there's this rule, like quote unquote rule, like no sex during the Olympic Games. But at the same time, he said you get off a flight, you go to your hotel or whatever, and they have like condoms. It's like very high school, like where they're like, oh, just make sure you're protecting yourself. But he was like, there are some athletes that go and they're just happy to be there. They made it. Like they don't have any expectation beyond that. And then you have the pool of athletes that are there and they expect to medal. Like they have a goal. And I think that's what this spot or who this spot is speaking to. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of Noah Lyles, though, did you watch Sprint on Netflix?
Yes. Well, I watched a good piece of it. I don't know if I finished.
It was a couple episodes. Yeah, I watched it while I was home with the family. It was really good. I think it's the same producers that do like the F1, like what is it, Drive to Survive or whatever. I might have just made that title up. And and they did like the tennis joint too.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, it just, I think we've talked about it before, like one of the things that track and field doesn't have that a lot of sports have is just like that marketability. And like you getting to know the athletes on a deeper level and all of that kind of stuff. So it was good to kind of like see the personalities of some of these athletes, kind of pick the people that you want to root for heading into the Olympics. And I like that it wasn't just like US athlete based. Like they talked about the Jamaican girls. Like I didn't know that they didn't get along. Like I thought that the three of them, Shelly Ann,
me too,
Elaine and Sharika, were like the best of friends. Like not the case. But yeah, I thought it was just like really, really good for the sport. And I've noticed a lot of chatter or like friends hitting me that don't come from the world of track and field, hitting me about the show, about how good it was and how interesting it was. So shout out to them for that.
One other thing, like speaking on track and field, did you hear, I think I might have sent it to you, like there's this Grand Slam track to debut in 2025.
Yeah, I think, did we talk about it last time? That maybe not.
I don't think we talked about it.
That Michael Johnson was putting on, no?
Yeah, I believe
we didn't talk about it?
Spearheading it. We did not talk about it.
Oh, maybe it was just a conversation I had with somebody else. But yeah, I think that's going to be good for the sport too. It kind of put me in the mind of like that tennis tournament stuff that you put me on to. That it was just like way more like high energy, high impact, and just more entertaining and fun, you know?
Yeah. I think, but I think also with
Mhm.
this, coupled with this is also the financial part of it.
Uh-huh.
Because track and field athletes, unless you're like the 1 or 2%, you're not getting paid
Mhm.
at the same rate as like a lot of these other sports. And then also, once your career is over, you haven't made enough to really sustain a lifestyle or to go and pursue other endeavors funded by your track career. So, like with this Grand Slam, I think it's a step in the right direction. Obviously, well, not obviously, all track and field athletes are invited to participate. I think it's like 96 athletes will compete in like a slam. I believe there's 4 slams
Mm-hmm.
a calendar year. But the prize money is upward of like, I don't know, I could be saying this wrong. With as much as 12.6 million set to be handed out over its debut years across 4 Grand Slam events. So that'll be distributed across like different placing, but no matter where you place, you'll leave with something. But the requirement to be invited is you have to be ranked within a certain whatever.
And then
but it's way more than what these athletes are getting, like on the Diamond League or some of the top premier events on the circuit. So, and like I said, this is a starting point, and I think track deserves the recognition, the financial backing, the prize money, and all that.
Yeah, and I think like if I remember correctly, just because I looked it up so long ago, there are like the way that the event is set up is like you have to run like the 1 and the 2, like they're kind of like lumped together. It's not like every single event is represented. Like I don't remember seeing any field events, and it was just like you had like the sprints, the long sprints, the hurdles, and you had to do like the open one and the 100 hurdles, and then you had like the 3 and the 5K or whatever. I can't remember, but and then they have athletes that they have signed who are like the champions, and then the other ranked athletes that are coming in to kind of like dethrone them are like the challengers, and that's how it's set up. So the people that are signed are guaranteed money, and then but they're all racing to win the prize money that anybody can win. So I think Sydney McLaughlin is already locked in as like like signed to this league or signed to this track league, and there was a couple of other ones, but I could be completely getting that wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. But that's going to be exciting. Like it's another, like you said, something that's invigorating and exciting coming to the sport, which I think the sport definitely needs. And we're seeing heightened awareness. Well, I feel like there's heightened awareness around track and field, especially with like some of the names that we see coming out of it from it's part of the culture. Like you see Noah Lyles, USA track and field anyway, Sha'Carri Richardson, etc. Thing Mu.
She's not going to be running in the Olympics.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we're gonna leave that one alone.
We definitely are. It's left alone.
So who are you looking forward to seeing in the Olympics from a track, at least running track?
Are you serious? I have to name them all.
Or who are you most excited to see then?
Obviously Noah, Carrie. What's the hurdler's name?
Alasia?
Yes. And then there's
you mean Sydney?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Sydney. It's like it's a little scary how dominant she is.
It really is. She's like competing against herself.
Yeah, exactly. Fred Curley, I'm a fan of his. Grant Holloway.
Are you just gonna name the whole like Team USA?
No. I don't know who's made it across
No,
all
I'm just
the
saying,
other.
like, I'm just asked you, who are you most excited to see? And you name the whole roster.
No, I didn't. There are other people I could name that I didn't. And then I also hope the high schooler, I hope they invite him. I don't know if they made the decision yet.
I thought they
What's
did.
the high
For the
schooler name?
relay?
Is that Quincy?
Yeah, Quincy.
I'm looking forward to seeing him. He just also beat the record that he set at the Olympic trials for the under 18.
Yeah.
He just beat that record too. So he's still improving, which, that's the goal. So yeah, it's quite a few folks that I'm excited to see.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm of course looking forward to Sha'Carri. And the whole like 100 race there. Gabby Thomas versus Sharika in the 2.
Oh my God.
And then I really want to see what Alasia Johnson does in the 100 hurdles, because I remember, what was it, 2022, and she was like hot. She was coming in hot to the US championships, like trying to make the world championship team. And she like glitched going into the first hurdle. She just like stumbled and just like ran in and like pushed down the first hurdle, and season done. You know what I mean? And it was just like some mental block that happened that she had to kind of get over. And then this year she was kind of like on a tear again. And I'm like, finally, she made the team, the Olympic year. So like the job isn't done, but I hope she does really well out there. And she's an AKA.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, of course. Rep.
Yep. Gotta rep your folks. Cool.
But
Well, hey,
staying on,
we went into a whole entire.
I know. Look at us talking about we don't have anything to talk about. Well, we threw this one on there because we thought we didn't have anything to talk about. But sticking with the Olympics, just thought it was funny that Rihanna and Fenty dropped like a visual to announce their partnership with the Paris Olympics and Paralympic Games. And it was like she took a picture that she took with ASAP in front of the Eiffel Tower and replaced him with a tube of lip gloss from like Fenty lip gloss, which of course this isn't working. I thought was hilarious. And it's very, what's the word I want to use? It's kind of playing into like the rumors about their relationship, and like him just kind of like just being there to support her. And it's like, all right, well, let me just Photoshop you out and Photoshop this right over your face.
All right, thank you, boo, for the moment. But now I really need this image for my brain.
Right.
Yeah, that was cute. But more importantly, let's talk about this partnership. You have this beauty brand as an official partner of the Olympic and Paralympic athletic, like sports games, global world sports game. One, that's really, really huge. Two, what does that mean when someone says, or like when brands position themselves as a partner, a premier partner? What does a partnership mean in this context? Is that like she gonna be, what does it mean? Is it just for the,
I don't know, maybe they just put it next to the condoms in their room when they arrive to Olympic Village.
they get a bag, it's like it's part of their swag. Like you came to the Olympics, so you get some Skims, you get some Fenty, like things like that. Is that what it means?
I guess, maybe no other cosmetic brand can advertise during the, like whoever they're partnering with, who is it, like ABC, ABC, NBC, whoever it is. But like no other cosmetic brand can advertise during the time slot. I don't know what their deal points look like, but
But it's something. It's something.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's huge. Shout out to the American brands, like American pop culture, because that's Rihanna and Fenty, that's Kim K and Skims. Not sure who else, but those are two huge black black women. A black woman.
Well, I was going to say black women. I heard.
And that's what I said. There's two huge people are women in pop culture. One huge black woman in pop culture.
Yes. And then the last thing we wanted to talk about was the Nigel Sylvester and Jordan collab and the spot that the film that they released alongside it. So we had seen pictures of the shoe for a bit. I think it's, what is it? A Jordan, was it a 4? Like a low top Jordan 4 maybe. That was interesting. I think it was low top and cut a certain way because it has something to do with like being able to bike in the shoe, and I'm sure there's like a whole story behind why it looks the way that it looks.
Yeah, it's like the biker skateboard.
Right. And I know like a lot of skateboarders take high top shoes and like cut the top off and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming, biking culture is pretty adjacent. They probably do the same thing.
That way.
But I really like the spot that came along with it that is titled Grandma's Driveway, which is where Nigel Sylvester first kind of picked up the love of biking. And they filmed the spot in what was his grandmother's driveway, and it's narrated and features Jean Marie Payton, who was the mom on Family Matters, also a Miami legend, I must say. I thought it was cool.
Oh, yeah, right. Is his grandmother no longer with us? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything that confirmed.
Either way, I really love the storytelling of it. Like the storytelling, it felt really cinematic. I like the narration. It felt very Nike Jordan brand-esque. And yeah, I really liked the storytelling. It was a short spot, but it was impactful and pretty full. Yeah,
more of that. We need more of that.
Yeah. We had a lot of that in like 2020, 2021. You remember? With the days for black ads.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. It was like a light.
Oh, right. It's a blur. It's a blur.
Yeah. Time warped between 2020 and where we are now. So.
Yeah. Cool. So that wraps up Above the Fold for this week. Y'all, if y'all see things that are happening out here, please let us know. Send us a quick note.
Yeah, because we struggled this week. I was just like...
Because some of these weeks, it is slim pickings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But cool. All right. Are you ready to jump into Guess That Spokesperson?
Sure. Why not?
I'm going to give you a few more because I think the clues that I'm giving you may require a couple of more. Okay?
Okay.
So the brand, Burger King. Mm-hmm. This individual's first name is Broderick. Legal first name.
Okay.
Didn't start performing until he was 27. First sitcom was a top 20 hit, but was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
The show that we know him for was never canceled. The last season ended up scoring higher ratings than the previous two, which is a rarity for a long time, long running series. And then the last clue is he is a self-proclaimed relationship guru and he also launched a dating website called Delightful with the people behind Match.com.
So he had 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Self-proclaimed relationship guru. That's the last hint.
Mm-hmm.
Did he put out a book?
Yes.
Is the book called what is it called again? What was that stupid title he had? Act like a something, think like a whomever. Yes or no question?
You want me to let you know if that's the right title? That's not a full...
Yes, is the right title of the book. Yes, it said, did he have a book? Yes. Is that the title of the book?
But you didn't give me a title. Yes, Janelle, yes.
Yeah, I did. I act like a whomever. Think like a whomever.
No, that's not the title of the book.
Okay, act like a... I don't remember. It was stupid. You know what I'm talking about. Is it Steve Harvey? I ain't got time for this. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, think like a man.
Mm-hmm. Think like something, act like the other thing, though.
That's what gave it to you, that self-proclaimed relationship guru.
Yeah, because I was definitely thinking Bernie Mac before you got to that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you were like, because I was thinking Bernie Mac would like originally, and then when you said Broderick, I was just like, oh, it's definitely Bernie. I didn't know Steve's real name was Broderick. Where you get Steve from?
Broderick. His middle name is Stephen.
Broderick? Oh.
Broderick Stephen Harvey.
I guess you probably don't get to host Family Feud with the name
Broderick Harvey. Yeah. Yeah. That's old Steve, old high top. Steve Harvey.
Mr. Hightower.
Mr. Hightower. Yeah, that's him. All right. So great job, Janelle. Shout out to me for giving amazing clues.
Yeah, they were good. I gotta see the spot. I don't know this spot, but I can see them some teeth.
He did like a
Burger
couple.
King
It was
ad.
a couple. It was a couple. Like he was with them for a minute, especially during the Steve Harvey show. He was, I think it's like 3 or 4 spots he did over a series of like a year or 2.
Yeah.
All right. So going with your black ads, that ain't it. We have 3 things to choose from.
Yeah, I don't have any. That ain't it. But going with your black ads to either Fenty or Nigel Sylvester, the blackest ones on here. I mean, they're all good.
Everybody get going with your black ads.
Yeah, everybody get going with your black ads.
Everybody black that we talked about.
Like, look at us talking about giving out participation awards. No winner. We all win.
We all win. Rooting for everybody black. And that is the sentiments going into the Olympics. Yeah, and I don't have a that ain't it.
We literally only talked about 3 things.
There is no that ain't it. That,
and if there was a that ain't it, we just didn't care to talk about it and didn't put it on the list. So I'm sure they were out there.
Right. Boom. All right, y'all. That wraps another episode of Witcha Black Ads. As always, thank you so much for rocking with us. And we will chat with y'all soon. Like, share, and check us out wherever it is that you listen to podcasts and on socials. Until next time, see y'all.
Bye.
What the fuck I'm talking about? God, that's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.